What's up? Welcome back to Heartwork Creations. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how I created this demon look using special effects makeup for our annual Halloween shoot. So if you want to see how I put it together, then keep watching. First, I'm going to be starting off by cleaning off my model's face so there's no residue or oil. And then I just kind of map out my prosthetic to see where I'm going to be placing it. And then I take a makeup sponge and some Prosthetic adhesive and just dab it on the area that the prosthetic is going to be laid on. And you want to make sure to apply a generous amount, not too much, but also not too thin, so that your prosthetic can grip onto it well. And here I'm just laying it on top of that Prosthetic, just kind of pressing it onto it. And then I'm going to be able to see where I need to apply more. You can also use a small synthetic brush to slide under the prosthetic and apply more Prosthetic adhesive if needed. And once your Prosthetic is dry, you can apply some spirit gum to the edges, and this will really help seal it in. I like using the back of my brush to really smooth out the edges. So because these prosthetics usually just come in one size, you usually have to customize it a bit to fit your model's face. So here I just trimmed up the eyes a little so that it wouldn't be uncomfortable for him, and so that the application would look more seamless. Once I was happy with how well my prosthetic was stuck onto the face, I started to apply a layer of Prosthetic adhesive over the prosthetic with the makeup sponge again, and just apply it all over evenly, just like a thin coat. This is so that when you apply your paint on top, it won't get absorbed into the prosthetic because it is made of foam. This step makes a huge difference. Trust me, I've learned the hard way. Once the Prosthetic dried, I went ahead and applied a light layer of translucent powder to take away any shine from the glue. And then I started painting, so I know I didn't show that, but yeah, do that so that your application looks more realistic and not all glossy. And yeah, so here I started painting my prosthetic. This is MAC airbrush makeup, and I used, I believe, NC30 to try and match to his skin tone as much as possible, just to give it a layer of color before applying the actual red shade. This is going to help it blend in better and not look so obvious because the prosthetic is a pretty bright color. And now I'm going in with some more airbrush makeup by MAC. Here I mixed the red with a little bit of a brown shade and some black too to get a really deep red color. And then I just start applying it all over his face and all over the prosthetic. And I kind of just went in layers. So first I went with a thin layer, and then I went over again to make sure to get it even all over. And I went down to his neck, on his beard, so that I can get rid of as much skin tone as possible. To get under the eyes, I dipped into that paint with a little fluffy brush and just got as close to his eyes as possible. For the shading, I went ahead and added a little bit of black and a little more brown to the color mixture, and then just started going in on the areas that needed that darker shade of red to make the prosthetic pop more and give it a more realistic effect. And then I turned down the PSI a bit to really get into those smaller areas. I also contoured his face and his neck with this shade as well. And I also deepened the eye sockets with this color too, but I also used a brush to blend it out in the areas that didn't really cover well. And then to get finer details, I went ahead and I took my Ben Nye Essentials palette. This is an eyeshadow palette, and I just took a really small flat brush and then went in the little wrinkles and crevices with the brush to just enhance the wrinkles more and just give it a more defined look. To deepen the sockets, I used some more brown eyeshadow and a little bit of black with a fluffy brush to get really close to his eyes and then really like into those sockets to give it that really deep set look. And to make the eyes pop more, I added a little bit of black gel eyeliner right onto his waterline with a really small flat brush. I'm adding just a little more contour to the face with some more of that black and brown eyeshadow from the Ben Nye palette and a fluffier brush just to blend in the hairline to the face better. And then for the finishing touches, I dipped into some water activated paint, a little bit of dark red, some black and brown, and just used this really sparse, stiff paintbrush and just added a little bit of texture to it to just give it a little more of a gritty effect. And then I contoured his nose too to give it a more defined look. And I did not show, but I also painted his hands the same color red and added some shading. And I also applied some stiletto nails to give it that finishing touch. It made such a big difference and they looked so freaking cool on camera and in the pictures. And that completes the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, let me know down below. Make sure to give it a like for me and subscribe to my channel, and make sure to check out our Halloween video, The Lure of Lucifer. I'll make sure to link it to this video. You'll love it. Go check it out, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.